Gypsy Rose Blanchard is opening up about the real reason behind her split with ex-fans Ken Urker. The two met while she was locked up for the murder of her mother and began a romance. So, where did it all go wrong and what's the true story? Keep reading for further details. Gypsy Rose reveals real reason behind Ken's split. Those familiar with Gypsy Rose Blanchard's story were shocked when she revealed she had found love behind bars. Ken Urker had taken an interest in her and chose to write her while she was incarcerated. They forged a real romance and ended up getting engaged. Photos of the two emerged and she appeared to be very happy for the first time in her life after being a longtime victim of Munchausen by proxy. Unfortunately, he called it quits in 2019 and she was devastated. Ken was the love of her life and she struggled to move away from that. Ryan Scott Anderson reached out in 2020 and offered comfort and companionship, which Gypsy held onto. The two became engaged and tied the knot in 2022. Yet, she always had Ken in the back of her mind, which was a concern for Ryan. 3 months after she was released from prison in December 2023, Gypsy left Ryan and filed for divorce. She reconciled with Ken and they announced they were expecting a baby girl. Rumors have swirled that he ended the relationship again, but they seem happy. Now, in Gypsy Rose Blanchard's new memoir, My Time to Stand, she is breaking down why Ken Urker initially ended their engagement. Her stepmother, Christy Blanchard, claimed that he really did love her but wanted her to be free. So, is that the truth? According to In Touch Weekly, Gypsy assumed it was her fame that led to the downfall. I thought at first that it was Ken's discomfort with the popularity of the act and the widening of my reputation that led him to end our relationship. I was wrong. At the time of this writing, Ken has reached out to explain and set the record straight. The act was a Hulu limited series, loosely based on what Gypsy went through growing up with her mother, whose death she ultimately plotted. So, what was the real reason Ken ended it? There were many adults in his life, presumably much wiser than he, who suggested it wasn't the right time for me to be married. If you love her, you'll set her free, was the common piece of advice he hear again and again. I see now he believed he was acting in my best by sacrificing his own needs and wants. Where they are now, Gypsy Rose Blanchard just finalized her divorce from Ryan Scott Anderson. She cannot marry Ken Urker if she chooses, but she has stated that is not on their radar. They are expecting a baby girl, Aurora, in January 2025, but cannot live together just yet. Gypsy is still on parole, but they can spend 2 nights a week as a little family. They celebrated their baby shower and are looking forward to the baby's arrival. More so, they have filmed more content for her Lifetime reality series. Lastly, Gypsy has her new memoir, which has some new information and bombshells. Are you shocked as to why Ken ended the engagement, and do you believe what he is saying? Let us know in the comments below.